Welcome back to the next podcast. We're here with defensive end Jackson Ware again,
Hello, I am still here. I'm gonna be here.
and this should be the 15th podcast,
That is a lot of
and
podcasts.
we're gonna go over the Hooters League.
Hooters, woo-hoo.
So they're playing us in week 8, playing my league. It's our week 10, and so yeah, first team off is the Rockets,
Whew.
and what Rockets are one of the teams I'm a big fan of.
I'm on Rockets.
I hope they become good. Like there's always a few teams like I hope become good. I hope the Rockets can build a contender, and I think
I
Hines
know.
is
It's
can do
only
it.
because I'm on the team because you love me, so you have to love the team.
Of
I know
course,
that, Chris.
but
Okay, my slot corners there.
I feel like it would be a really cool storyline for Hines, who was the coach of the year, the takeover, and then win a GM of the year. So like I'm really rooting for it. If he can do the right things, like I could see it. Like King Jack Jr. is a really good piece.
But for some reason, he traded.
Yeah, I don't.
Never mind.
Uh, the only bright side I could see in that trade is that the personalities were just never gonna work out, and I think anyone could have seen that one coming. So,
Yeah.
so I guess
Also, like, it's not
yeah,
like he traded for someone that's inactive.
yeah, like he got a piece. Like I think he could have got way more, but like it's better to get rid of him now than later. Like when he's
Yeah.
better, I guess. I mean,
Yeah, it's better.
yeah. But Denton's a good replacement. He's not Jeremiah Davis replacement, but he's a good replacement.
I told him to trade into the Spark draft and take Clint Wright Jr. And he was like, okay, cool, sick. And then he goes out and trades for Jaroslaw.
That was a bold choice. Okay.
Since he was like inactive at the
Yeah, I
and I was
know,
like,
but
so I was like, what are you doing?
yeah, I remember when he did that. I was sad. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Like that was probably the worst he could have done.
Yeah, he had a rough start, but it's his first time as an owner, so I'll give him the pass for season 1. I think he's
Especially
gonna.
he's
Yeah,
built an okay young core.
yeah. Like at the end of the day, it's not a bad core at all. It seems like it could have been better, but like who knows?
Yeah,
Like we don't know what could happen to Jeremiah Davis if he stayed there. Like there's a very good chance he would have just ended up sitting out.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff could have gone wrong, and he just didn't let it get to the point where it could have gone wrong.
Yeah.
So like I'll give him credit for that. It's been a tough situation to jump into, and he's made the most of it. And he's also with his old team that he won Coach of the Year with and 4 titles with, or was part of the 4-title team.
What was the team again? Their team originally? It's not the Rockets.
The Alamo.
It wasn't really. Alamo. Oh, Alamo. This is what the Alamo.
Yeah.
Did too.
And so like they always are gonna have the highest expectations in the league of like what they're gonna have to live up to. Because they're on the same team that Stark was and Xander Kane was and Ricky Martello was. Like all the legends like built their reputation there. So it's a tough situation, but I hope they become good. And I think they're in the right track.
The people are there are really nice. I really like the owner. He's nice and active. And King Jr. is he's really nice, and he's also very active.
Yeah.
It's a great bunch of people there.
It's a good core, and like they're a few years away from starting to contend, I think.
Yeah.
So next up,
it depends on if it depends on if you ever want to progress Cal at all, which you seem to be against. But I was like, I don't see any changes to any of my players. And you're like, all of them progressed. And I was like, well, I don't see any changes to any of them. And you're like, oh yeah, it was just Jackson. I was like, but that's not all of them.
I mean, he's a beast.
It's the best one, but like, come on.
No, well, they're all 25, right? Your 2 cornerbacks. Oh wait, I can see her. Where is Ware? Oh yeah, 24.
Cal's 24. Jackson's 25, right?
Yeah. Okay, so they both and.
Wait.
Yeah, I think your
age is always confusing. I thought Cal was in the same draft as Jackson, wasn't he?
No, wasn't the other one in the same draft as Jackson? The other corner.
Who I took over. Christian and I took over Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, okay. He was in that draft class though, right? Didn't you make a player and then you made a player the next year and then you took over Scrooge McDuck who was in Jackson Ware's draft class?
I know Jackson Ware was no, it was one draft class later. I'm pretty sure because it was the one you posted with a bunch of random edits that everyone else did.
Oh,
It
I
was
do
this
remember
one.
that one. I remember that one.
Yeah, that's the draft. I'm pretty sure.
Let me
I
see. Wait.
remember because it looked all the colors looked totally off. It was like a maroon with a blue, a yellow, and like a pink colored letter. Like, come on,
Yeah.
it was a bit
Do you remember
strange.
what team Christian was on? Because I can check his age.
Christian's on the Red Knights.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I knew he was a part of some bad trade.
That one is the.
Oh no. Okay. So it has Christian and Cal both being from the year draft class before Jackson. So Christian's 24 too.
You mean after? Because
Yeah.
25.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna question it because I'm fine if my players are younger than they should be.
That's always what you love to say. So next up we have the Golden Falcons.
Golden. Now we have the Golden.
Now we have to
go.
go.
You made
And
that mistake this time.
yep, but I really want. I think Deshaun Marino is really good. He's been playing very well.
They also have Dom Hogue, who was a great lineman.
And he's basically a Golden Falcon for life. You know what team he got signed from though?
What team he gets? I know he got drafted by.
He played with you before.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? He was on the Sharks.
Yeah.
Were we on the same team?
Either your rookie year or the year like it was around then when he left the Sharks and
here, I'm gonna check it. I need to. He left.
I believe he signed one contract with the Sharks after his rookie season before signing away.
Yeah. So my rookie year is 15. Oh, yeah, I think I remember seeing it. I think I remember seeing him there. No, I don't remember him being active with the Sharks at that point. But I do remember him in one of these. Oh.
I think he was always active, I think, every year. So then he probably wasn't on that team.
Yeah, he wasn't on this team. Because I'm 20 on this one, right? Yeah, Jackson Ware 2085. Yeah, he wasn't here. I really vividly remember him being on the roster. Maybe
I know you had a sick offensive line on your rookie year team,
yeah,
so that's kind of why I thought he was there. Hansen was definitely there. Jake Hansen, yeah, he was definitely on that team, right? I know he was drafted. I know he was drafted by the Sharks, and I know he played with the Sharks for a while too.
I think I don't see him unless I'm thinking they're traded someone away because I don't see any of them here. I see me. I don't see Hansen unless I might just be blind here. Let me do like a control find. Is that thing
there? Is this year 15 or 16?
This is 15. Yeah, he's not. Hansen's not there.
Hansen's not there. Oh, wait, what offensive lineman do you have on that? I'm just curious. Just him, or?
From what I can tell. Oh no, we had Kurt Halis, 73, 30 years old. So
that's it though. Oh, I thought you guys had a much better offensive line.
Maybe we had one the next season. I'm not sure.
If you go back to like year 11-ish, that Sharks offensive line was like the best offensive line ever.
Yeah. Too bad that's like when Michael joined and I was not here.
Yeah, it was the Chico Wright years.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that aren't here anymore. Let's go through them. The Expos, the Native Americans, the Wombats, the Cougars, the Champs.
Oh yeah.
The Hunters. The half of this league is gone. Okay, but
yep.
So yeah, this team looks okay. Looks pretty good. Looks solid. But some of their good pieces are getting older, like Jabril King. Ray Clark never really got good, and Hogue is 28. He's in his prime, so he's. Bobby Thomas took drugs and succeeded.
He did. He did succeed.
So that 11.5 contract's looking a little better.
It is. I think it was worth it before it even, honestly, because he's not bad. Like he's been productive, even though his overall might not reflect it. He's consistently been like one of the best.
Yeah, I just feel like he wasn't a good fit on the Elks because we needed more depth, and he was kind of just like.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. He was a good trade for you guys. You guys didn't really need him.
Okay, but who do we have next?
Next up, we have the Vikings, another interesting team that chose to rebuild after. Honestly, I'd
Why
probably
did
say
they
they were
do
one
it?
of the biggest contenders last year. But they're still not like bad. They're still pretty
They
solid.
have a lot of depth, just not a lot of.
Yeah, I like the trade for Bryce.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised you
That
guys
was
did it.
it was a shocking trade for a rebuilding team, but I like it because they get a veteran offensive lineman.
But he's on an
Yeah,
expiring contract unless he resigns. He probably will,
I think they're
hopefully.
gonna
Who
try.
knows?
I think they'll probably resign him, and I think he's like come playoff time, he's gonna be huge for him. I mean,
Well,
he's gonna help their
I
running backs development. Who I think they have a good running back,
I
right? I don't see him.
for for them right now. I really like that Dean Hopkins acquire, but what they gave up was kind of they gave they
Who they give
they
up
gave
again?
up. It was Maddox Carter, but he's
Oh, that's
suspended.
right. That is a
He's
weird.
also not
I would have kept Maddox.
like
I think.
I don't know. I don't think Maddox wanted. Oh yeah, Maddox didn't want to play for them. That's why they traded him for like nothing.
Did didn't
Maddox is really picky. I will
Oh
say that
yeah.
he is very picky. Um,
Definitely.
there's nothing wrong with like being like picky, but he sat out. Yeah, I could
He sat out like eight
every
different
other year.
teams.
Like he was gonna sit out with the Elks for what reason I don't know. He sat out. He was gonna sit out on the Vikings. He sat out with the one other team. Who was it? I don't remember.
Venom for sure.
Venom definitely sat out with the Venom.
Venom.
So did I. But I couldn't do
He was on a
anything.
bad team that he sat out for, like a weird one, like a Nightcrawlers, but not the Nightcrawlers.
Yeah,
Is it the
but I mean, he's a
Pandas?
great player. Probably the fan. I feel like that makes
It might have
sense
been the
to me.
Pandas. I know, because I was telling him to play because he would develop more. And no, but eventually he did play because I did convince him that he'd develop better if he played because it was like he'd be the star. Um, it was right. It was right about when you were a rookie too. Because I know because he ended up demanding the trade right when you did get traded to the Venom, and then you guys
Yeah,
both
true.
got
That
traded
happened.
there.
Yeah, but Dean Hopkins, did he really not progress at all?
Well, he went inactive for a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was drafted like in '82 as the number one
Okay.
player. He dev'd okay his first year, and then he went. No, he dev'd good his first 2 years. Then he went completely inactive, so he started regressing. And this is the first year he's back.
Yeah.
He hit like
So
88, I think.
yeah, he's an 85 now, but I feel like that's a good pickup as long as he progresses.
Yeah,
He'll be good. He's on a pretty good
he'll
contract.
probably
He's 3
reach like a
years, 30
90.
mil. Yeah, which is it's a fair pickup, but
Yeah, definitely. And
it's a
for an edge rusher, like
yeah.
edge rushers are pretty hard to get in this league. There
It's
aren't that many
funny
good
though.
ones. There's like
The
you,
one
Raekwon Millions, and Xander Kane, and Jack Griffin.
yeah,
Historically, that's like it.
that's like it's hilarious. The two of the best ones. Well, not bad. I wouldn't say Dean Hopkins is one of the best, but he could be definitely very much could be, and he's a really nice guy also. I talked to him a lot. Gators was trying to get us both there, and I don't think like he went there, but he will. It's funny because I was the number 2 pick, and he was the number 1, and we are both like some of the better edge rushers in the league.
Yeah. Oh
And
wait, that was that
and there's
same
not a
draft
lot.
class.
Yeah, he was number 1. I was number 2.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I would say I wish I was number 1, but that's the dimes. I don't even think they had an owner.
uh, I think they.
Oh,
Yeah, no, they did at that time, right? Yeah, they did. They had the same owner they have now. He came back. It's just the Longs, but he did own him.
go.
And next up we have the Knights. You there?
Who do we have up next?
We have the Knights. This is an interesting team because they I don't know how they're doing this year's, but the past 2 years, in their first 2 years, they've just found a way to win every year. Like they've got
Yeah,
9-7 twice.
yeah. The team's not. Yeah, it's not great.
Not
It's
great, but good enough to win some against the teams they should beat.
yeah,
They're a pretty stable team.
yeah. They have some. Oh wow, Aaron Judge making 37 per.
Yeah.
That's not good.
They did
Devontae.
they started out by handing out a lot of hefty contracts in their first year. But honestly, like it's paid off because like they haven't needed the money anyway. And they have the veteran leadership, and they've just been focusing on developing Andy Knight, and he's developed pretty nicely.
Yeah, but Devontae David making 17 for is also not good.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was better at the beginning of his contract.
Yeah, obviously. Because
but
when you
yeah.
see him that old, it's obvious that the contract was good at the first time.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for a young quarterback, though, to have, like, a veteran, probable Hall of Famer receiver, though, so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't hate the signing that much. I think it definitely could have been. They could definitely use some youth, but
at this time though, it's okay just because they don't need the cap at this point. But it will end up if they end up signing a bunch of people, it will be a pain in their side.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna end up being a playoff team?
Looking at it, as long as Andy Knight just progresses, they got their quarterback.
I mean, like this year, because I think they're doing pretty well.
Yeah, they're looking well. I don't think they should be, definitely. But I think they'll make it, but they won't do much once again.
Yeah. They won a game, right? Didn't they pull off an upset?
I'm not sure, but I feel like they'll eventually, even maybe this year, they'll maybe pull off an upset this year in the playoffs. Not sure.
Yeah, they're a weird team.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict how well they're gonna do.
Yeah, definitely.
So next up we have the White Bears.
The White Bears.
They have a new owner, and they're looking really good. So what's actually going to happen with the White Bears, which is weird, is
they have a lot of
they're going to get all the... So they're going to kind of relocate, but kind of not relocate. So the White Bears are just going to... They're going to relocate, and then a new White Bears is going to take over the White Bears. So there's going to be an expansion team that is the White Bears, and the White Bears are going to relocate because of that.
This is where Dre King ended up.
Yeah. Is he starting? No, right?
It looks like. Overall, why is he... no, Donald.
I mean, he today released a bunch of players, though. He released Dalton today. He released Puncho, Lincolnbach, and Wells. And Duck. Oh, he had Duck starting. Yeah. Yeah, he released Lincolnbach. He's a free agent. Available to sign.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Does he have an ad? Because Elks needs to sign him now.
He does. It's Morande.
Oh, wait. Morande's inactive.
Yep. Actually, I think I probably DM him on his personal and just see if he wants to sign somewhere. And try to get into a bad... I'll tell him to go to the Stars.
Elks.
I'm gonna get him on the Stars.
First, don't
you know, I actually own the Stars for a year.
You did?
I did. I made him good. I gave him a good young core because I felt bad. It was like year No, it was like year 14. It would be right before you came into the league about.
Oh, that's funny.
And I asked the league owners if I can own the Stars for a year. I just wanted a year, and I was gonna give him like a good young core and see if like any other owner can do anything with it. And I do it, and then I ended up giving it. That's the year I gave it to. So it's whatever year that TJ Barrett took over the Stars, the Alamo owner.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was telling me he was gonna switch, and he was talking about the Chiefs. This was like a 3-year thing. He was planning on closing out the Alamo, and then he was gonna own the Chiefs. But then I did this, and he took over the Stars instead, and he did absolutely nothing with it.
Yep, that's it. Just the same.
Yeah, that was tragic.
Yeah, this is a team that has a lot of work to do, definitely.
A lot of work, but, I mean, they have some solid rookies.
Yeah.
Like, they're in an okay position. And I like the owner. I think they're going to be good in a few years.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Blizzard, which is basically a Shires, which is David Portnoy instead.
Except he's inactive, so.
Yeah.
He's not good.
But more like more players.
And he torched us.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but he did.
David.
Yeah, like I don't care that we lost. I care that an inactive torched us on a new team.
I mean that may. Oh, was it his first game or something, or?
It wasn't his first game, but it was like a couple games, and it was like his fourth.
Yeah, well, I mean, upsets need to happen so that teams are.
I don't care that he was the player of the game.
I mean, he is their best. Like even like inactive players, if they're like a high overall, will still like play well sometimes. Just like come like the big games, they won't. But like,
Yeah, it was just annoying that he did so well, and I was just like, why could we not stop him?
but I like the receiving core. I like Johnny Texas, even though he's suspended.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent core.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of Drew Teicher though, unless they want to keep him.
Oh my God, that contract.
Yeah.
When's
And
Portnoy up? Portnoy's up this year? Oh no.
did they trade for him?
What? Yeah, they traded for him. I traded for him with the Blizzard. I like did an auto trade. It was for Castle. So it's Portnoy for Castle.
They also probably need to get rid of that. Where is it? I was thinking about it. Trevor Watson. Definitely need to get rid of that.
Yeah, he's actually active, but yeah, they need to get rid of that.
He's 30. He's 30 years old.
And they have Judge Jr. like waiting to take his spot.
Uh-huh.
All right, next up we have the Elks, your team.
Yes.
And this team, I would say, even though they didn't enter the year as the favorite to win it all, I'd say now they gotta be the favorite to win it all.
I mean, like, come on, we're beautiful.
I mean, it's probably it's them or the Alligators. It's one of those two. I mean, I can see the Golden Knights maybe sneaking it. This is one of the few years where, like, not only is it, like, the super team rules were awesome because there's no, like, clear winner this year.
Wait, what was the super team kind of change?
Teams cannot sign multiple one-year contracts in a row, or players cannot sign multiple one-year contracts in a row. Franchise tags and max contracts.
Yeah, so Paris cannot keep signing one-year contracts with the Alligators.
Nope, that's why they had to lock them up for 3 years. So now they're gonna have that cap hit for the remainder of their time. Like, it's a good cap hit to have, but it is a cap hit, so they can't go get every superstar in free agency every year.
And looking at it, we really replaced our cornerbacks with pass coverage linebackers.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm pretty sure Sean Walker. No, Sean Walker isn't. Keandre Long.
It can't. Both of them are. Walker and Long are both pass coverage.
Yes, okay, yep, they are. So, yeah, our quarterback core is also our linebacker core.
And, like, they're all good run stoppers, too. Or, I mean, Walker's not yet, but he will be. Long's, like, above average, and Lawson's just pretty legendary at both. At this point, he's almost as good of a run stopper as he is a pass guy, but...
That is insane. Is he going to regress this year? Because that's sad. He
Who?
just got back tonight.
Lawson? What? How old is he?
30.
Oh, yep. His time has come.
No.
I mean, there's actually a lot of people, who have, like, a shocking amount of people who've only been 99 for a season.
I mean, he was 99 for 2 seasons, technically, because he was 99, then regressed at, like, 28. Don't know what you did to him there.
Oh, I think that was because the Eli year, he progressed. Anyone who progressed that was way, like, too old during the Eli years, I unprogressed. Or anyone who progressed way too much. Like, I know Giles and Cruz both went up way too much, so I had to knock them each down, like, 5. Like, I mean, they're both going to be 99 at this point, I think, but...
Unless one of them randomly goes inactive. But we have Elias DeMarco on a really good contract.
Yeah, DeMarco's a beat, and you guys just locked him up, right?
Yeah, we extended him, I'm pretty sure. He went from, like, 17 and that's beautiful. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah,
we just have so many...
Yeah, it's a sick contract. But, yeah, this team, contender.
Yeah, we got Kevin Harrison, Giles, we got Jacob Tarter, Michael Lawson, me. Sean Walker's going to be a stud. I'm so excited to see how he turns out. He's going to be great here. And we have just we have so many longs.
Yeah.
I think we have 4 longs. Let's see.
1. Let's see, 3?
5?
Oh, because Long Jr. Oh, no Long Jr. Where are the Longs? Oh, Eugene, Francis. Oh, Oscar. I didn't see Oscar. Okay. All right, the final.
Probably I don't know. There's a lot of good ones.
Oh, yeah, he's your best, though, right? And, okay, Keandre's probably a little bit better performance-wise.
Yeah, overall-wise, it would be Eugene, but Keandre. But, honestly, I feel like we can be good for a long time if we can keep our young pieces. I mean, we just need to find a heir to the quarterback throne. If I really hope that Austin... How would you pronounce that last name? I don't want to pronounce it weirdly.
Paddock, I guess. Like Austin. No,
Paddock.
yeah. Like Chris
Chris.
Paddock in baseball. It's spelled like
Oh yeah.
that. So I'm gonna guess just replace the P with an F.
He he could be the answer. I really hope he is, because that would be a great fit.
I could see him being the
Um,
answer. He's the
I
first player
for
to ever join the league, right?
yeah, that's you said that on the live.
Yeah.
So
He's so I could see him being really good. He's been good before, so if he's gonna be active again, he could be.
yeah, and we just have a bunch of we got like a lot of Monarchs draft picks from, like, not draft picks but people they drafted from this year.
Oh yeah, you guys made the trade for depth. That was a good trade.
It was Matt Carter.
Oh, that was the
But we
Carter trade.
signed. Yeah, we got Uko Pekka from free agents from cut. We just have a lot of like one per trades. That's really great for us.
Yeah, because you're gonna have a lot of cap flexibility too.
Especially since the Longs are really loyal, so we really don't need to worry about them leaving.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Like somehow with like your cap situation, you're still gonna find cap flexibility, which is gonna be really key.
Yeah, we just have I don't know how we still cap. I guess it's probably because Tartar's only on a 4, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. It's good.
And so the final team we have is the Cardinals. And
Yeah.
they're oh wait, we did them already, right?
Yeah. Why? What did you do? What? Wait. I'm
What?
confused.
Oh yeah, I got them confused. Remember? So we did them, and then I noticed that we shouldn't have.
Oh yeah. So we're done.
Yeah. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed.
We should give. Wait. We should give our who we think is gonna clinch from each sub league.
Oh, like who's gonna win each sub league? Okay, I'm gonna go with. Well, I have no idea who's gonna win mine yet, but I don't know if I should predict it. But I would say the favorite should be the Alligators and the Golden Knights, and then probably the Gyro Falcons.
I'll go Alligators there just because they're legendary.
Yeah. Then in Ology, we'll do it in order what we did. So we'll do Spark next.
Yeah.
I think it's a weird one. I think the Phoenix might actually win out of it, honestly.
Yeah, it feels weird to say, but I just feel like, yeah, probably. Who
Like,
else was in that?
I don't know. Like,
Marauders were in that, aren't they?
no, it's the other like contenders I'd say are the Monarchs, Sandstorms, and Missions would be your best bets to contend for it.
In Ology?
No, it's Spark.
Oh.
Sorry, yeah.
I was talking about Ology.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Marauders on Ology. I think
right?
I could see Marauders getting it. I think the Dogs are gonna get that one though.
Okay, yeah. Okay, then Spark's
the one. I think the Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix. Oh yeah, sorry, I got that.
Yeah.
That's my fault. I'm saying Monarchs.
Monarchs. I can see it, but
ML3 is a beast. They have a lot of depth. I just don't feel right not picking them. They got Popeye Sponge Star Jr.
Yeah, former playoff MVP.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they'll win it though. Malcolm Leonard. I said Junior. Sorry, Malcolm Leonard III is a beast.
Yeah, and then
it's hard to not pick him there.
Yeah, it is. I am having trouble picking against him, but he's definitely having a down year compared to last year, which was shocking. But
okay, next up would be
Hooters, and I think the Elks don't really have any competition in that one.
Yeah, I'm going Elks, Hooters, and then for did we do Ology?
Yeah.
Who'd you pick for Ology?
The Dogs.
Oh, you picked the Dogs. I'm just Dogs or Marauders.
Yeah, I can see the Marauders pulling it off.
They have a good amount of like 93s and 92s, like JD Winslow, Miranda Breeze. I know it's a kicker, but Miranda Breeze is the best.
Yeah.
Cyrus Walker Jr., Howard King. They I could see them winning that. If they have Christian at that time, yeah, definitely I'd say, but who knows?
Yeah. So that's gonna conclude the 15th Deli podcast in this like little mini series of 4 podcasts. Hope you guys all enjoyed, and peace.
Goodbye.